Pausing to be more human. In the philosophy of Mystrikism, a critical tenet is the deliberate augmentation of our human nature while simultaneously domesticating our more primal, animalistic baggage. This pursuit is embodied in a purposive pause, a practice that signifies a moment of considered reflection, a conscious break in the continuum of our automatic responses. Mystrikism champions the enhancement of human consciousness, advocating for a life led by deliberate thought, moral contemplation, and the pursuit of understanding. It posits that within each individual lies the potential for a profound transformation, one that moves us away from instinctual, survival-driven behaviors towards a more reflective, intentional mode of being. This evolution is not about rejecting our biological heritage, but about reaching the heights of what our human nature allows: empathy, rationality, and a felt sense of awe, our natural spiritual response to reality. The tension between our human potential and our animal instincts is real. While most animals act primarily on compulsion, driven by the fundamental needs for safety, survival, and comfort, humans have the capacity for abstract thought, self-reflection, and ethical reasoning. Our sapient ability to imagine futures, empathize with others, and make choices grounded in values rather than mere survival sets us apart. This human capacity for moral judgment, creative expression, and philosophical inquiry underpins a Mystrik's goal of living a life that regulates our reflexes and widens our response window. A pause represents a pivotal moment of choice, a space between the itch and the scratch, where we can exercise our uniquely human capacity to think, reflect, and choose with intention. This concept encourages individuals to halt their automatic reactions, allowing for a moment of contemplation that can lead to more thoughtful, compassionate, and rational decisions. By pausing, we engage in self-examination, questioning not only our immediate impulses but also the broader implications of our actions on ourselves, others, and the world at large. The difference between being animal and being human is sometimes only a matter of a few seconds. A pause is justice in miniature. It reduces bias, makes room for evidence, and preserves awe. This practice shows up in different sizes. Sometimes it's just a single clean breath before you answer. Sometimes it's a longer spell of thinking when the stakes are high. Here's how a deliberate pause sounds in real life. You're put on the spot about a view you haven't formed. You breathe, glance up, and say, "Let me think." 10 quiet seconds. Then you answer more thoughtfully and more kindly. When a choice affects others, you name your intent and a time frame. "I want to give you a good answer, not a fast one. I'll take the afternoon to check some things and speak with a couple of people. I'll get back to you by 5 p.m. You're giving yourself space to breathe. For weightier, life-shaping decisions, you set expectations. I'll take a couple of weeks to read, research, and let it digest. And then there's the ultimate pause. I don't know. Every version of the pause prioritizes contemplation over impulse, truth over speed, the snail, our emblem, and respect over ego. Build pausing into the day so a steady, careful mindfulness starts to seep into how you talk, choose, and see. It's the small habit of stopping to check your motives, consider likely consequences, and ask whether your behavior matches your core values. The point is simple. Act deliberately, not on autopilot. A breath, a beat, even an honest, "I've got nothing." These tiny breaks turn reaction into reflection, and reflection into better action. Our integrated principles of science, IPS, are powerful tools in a Mystrik's arsenal. Many believe that the scientific method is suited only for use in a clinical laboratory. They are profoundly wrong. By applying its basic principles to our everyday lives and decision-making processes, we can approach our lives with the same curiosity, openness, and rigor that scientists use in their inquiries. The IPS relies on being given sufficient time to observe, hypothesize, experiment, and revise. Pausing allows us to employ the IPS, challenge our assumptions, test our beliefs, and ultimately live with authentic purpose. The contemplative pause is not merely a cognitive technique, but a profound shift towards a more conscious and deliberate way of living that embodies the highest aspirations of Mystrikism. It invites us to transcend our primal instincts and fully embrace our capacity for rumination, empathy, and moral clarity. In doing so, we not only enrich our own lives, but also contribute to creating a more compassionate, rational, and harmonious world.